Welcome back to Iraqi Dinar News, your go-to destination for all updates tied to the Iraqi dinar and the currency's evolving exchange landscape. If you're someone holding on to IQD and wondering whether the time has come to exchange it, this video may be the most important one you watch today. With new developments surfacing in 2025, certain Iraqi dinar for exchange, yes, this is happening right now. But before you rush to your nearest branch, it's essential to understand the full picture. In this video, we're walking you through each critical step from preparing your bills to finalizing the transaction so you can avoid errors and maximize your financial decisions. To start, let's understand why this moment is so pivotal for IQD holders. For a long time, there's been uncertainty surrounding whether or not U.S. banks would engage in Iraqi dinar exchanges. Many investors held on to their currency, unsure of a real path to convert it back into U.S. dollars would ever appear. But with recent changes, select banking institutions are once again opening their foreign exchange desks to handle IQD. This doesn't necessarily mean the dinar's value is skyrocketing overnight, but it does offer a viable route for conversion, something previously unavailable. However, not all banks participate, and even those that do may offer varying rates or require appointments, so knowing what to expect can save you both time and money. Your first step should be locating a participating bank. Keep in mind, not every financial institution in the U.S. offers Iraqi dinar exchanges, and even within national banks, some branches may not handle foreign currency at all. Interestingly, many regional banks and credit unions, especially in areas with higher concentrations of dinar investors, have stepped up to provide these services. To start your search, use phrases like "banks accepting Iraqi dinar near me" or "foreign currency exchange" (IQD) on search engines. But don't stop there. Look up recent reviews or call the location directly to verify their participation. Speaking with a real person before making the trip ensures you don't waste your effort at the wrong place. Once you've identified a potential location, make the call. It might seem like a minor detail, but calling ahead is a smart move. When speaking with the bank, ask very specific questions. Are they currently handling Iraqi dinar? What denominations will they accept? Do they have exchange limits? Is there a fixed service fee or a percentage-based charge? Some banks will charge a flat transaction fee, while others take a small cut from the exchange total. Also, ask whether appointments are necessary or if they accept walk-ins. This call will help you organize your visit more efficiently and eliminate any guesswork. Now let's talk about how to get your currency ready. Banks typically have strict requirements about the condition of foreign bills. If your notes are torn, defaced, or heavily creased, there's a good chance they'll be rejected. Before heading out, lay your bills out and check their condition. Ensure they're clean, untorn, and legible. It's also helpful to organize them by denomination and tally up the total value. That way you'll know exactly what you're handing over and can double-check the returned amount. When the day of your appointment arrives, don't forget to bring a government-issued form of ID. This can be your passport, state-issued ID, or a driver's license. In some cases, especially if you're exchanging a large sum, you may also be asked for documentation showing how you obtained the currency. This is part of standard anti-money laundering procedures required by federal law. If your purchase was legal and you have receipts, great. If not, just be upfront with the teller. Transparency goes a long way. When you arrive at the bank, head to either the main teller or their foreign exchange counter. Let them know you're there to exchange Iraqi dinar. Hand over both your identification and the organized currency. The bank staff will then inspect your notes for authenticity and condition. This may take several minutes, so patience is key. If everything checks out, they'll quote you their current exchange rate. Keep in mind, this rate may not match the Central Bank of Iraq's official rate or what you've seen online. U.S. banks often add a margin for currency handling and risk. If the rate seems unusually low, don't hesitate to ask the teller if other branches offer better terms or if any adjustment is possible. Some institutions may offer slightly better rates for larger exchanges. It also helps to know whether the transaction will be completed on the spot or processed through a central facility. Certain banks provide instant exchanges, while others send your currency off-site and credit your account later. Understanding the timeline in advance will help you plan accordingly. Once the transaction is approved, you'll receive your US dollars in one of several forms: direct cash, a bank deposit, or sometimes a bank-issued check. Always ask for a receipt and hold on to it. That receipt is not only your proof of exchange, it also serves as a vital record for your personal files, especially if you plan to track investment gains or prepare for tax reporting. Some banks also include the exact exchange rate used, which is helpful for validating your transaction later on. Safeguard this information. Should any confusion or audit arise, having documented details will make things easier to resolve. Now that you've received your funds, the next step is just as critical: what you do with the money. Some people feel a strong urge to spend quickly, but a smarter approach is to pause and think strategically. Consider placing a portion of the funds into savings or build up your emergency reserve. You might also want to explore long-term investment options such as stocks, index funds, or small business opportunities. The key is to avoid emotionally driven decisions and instead align your next steps with your broader financial goals. If you're uncertain about how to proceed, it may be worthwhile to speak with a certified financial advisor who can help you evaluate your options. Looking ahead, this shift in U.S. banking policy signals something bigger than just access to IQD exchanges. The fact that American financial institutions are once again processing Iraqi dinar shows increased trust in Iraq's monetary structure. While this doesn't mean a rapid revaluation is underway, it does reflect a step toward normalizing Iraq's place in the global economy. These developments are rooted in broader economic reforms occurring within Iraq itself. Initiatives designed to curb inflation, support domestic industries, and increase exports. Financial authorities in Iraq have also placed emphasis on improving transparency, accountability, and regulatory strength. These are all critical factors that contribute to a currency becoming internationally trusted. As confidence in Iraq's economic future continues to grow, more banks may choose to accept IQD both inside and outside of the United States. For long-time holders, this trend could finally provide a path toward liquidity that wasn't accessible before, but it's essential to remain realistic. There's a persistent rumor that the Iraqi dinar will suddenly skyrocket to $4.81 or more per note. However, that figure is not grounded in economic logic. Experts and analysts consistently caution against expecting any massive, overnight jumps. If such a leap did occur, it would cause massive disruption in Iraq's economy and global trade relationships. It's far more plausible and sustainable for the value to rise gradually as Iraq stabilizes and strengthens its economic systems. A figure to watch closely is 1310, which represents Iraq's strategic target in relation to the US dollar. While not a direct 1:1 ratio, this number reflects Iraq's aim to bring the dinar closer to parity in a measured and credible way. A more stable and predictable rate increases Iraq's appeal to international investors and promotes economic growth. Stable currencies support stronger trade ties, attract global partnerships, and reduce investor hesitation. That's why long-term success for IQD holders depends more on Iraq maintaining consistent reforms and less on viral predictions of astronomical revaluation. To stay up to date, make sure you're relying on trusted sources. There's a lot of noise on the internet, forums filled with hype, false claims, and speculation. Stick to reputable financial sites, banking updates, and verified news outlets. And of course, stay connected with Iraqi Dinar News for balanced, fact-checked insights tailored specifically for IQD holders. Some community forums can also be valuable, especially when members share real-world experiences navigating the exchange process. Just be cautious and filter out emotionally charged or exaggerated claims. Many of our viewers have been on this journey for years. Some of you purchased dinar more than a decade ago and are only now seeing true pathways open. Others are just beginning to explore this investment space. No matter where you fall on that timeline, it's important to understand that the journey is not about chasing a single big payday. It's about being informed, staying alert to policy changes, and knowing how to act when new doors open. The recent wave of acceptance from U.S. banks is proof that things are moving, slowly, but in the right direction. Before we wrap up, let's briefly revisit the essential actions to take. First, verify which U.S. banks or credit unions near you are handling Iraqi dinar. Call them directly and confirm their policy. Check the required denominations and whether appointments are needed. Prepare your bills, clean, organized, and counted, alongside your government-issued ID. Head to the bank, go through the verification and exchange steps, and get your funds. Hold on to your receipt, then take time to make thoughtful financial decisions with the money you've received. And most importantly, continue monitoring Iraq's economic progress and currency trends so you stay ready for whatever happens next. This is a time of movement and change, and while there's still uncertainty in the market, the trend is clear. Access to IQD exchanges in the United States is real and expanding. Whether you're exchanging now or waiting for further developments, staying informed is your most valuable asset. Thank you for sticking with us through this comprehensive guide. We hope it's given you clarity and confidence as you move forward. If this video was helpful, consider subscribing and turning on notifications for future updates. Got questions or want to share your experience? Leave a comment below. We read them all. Until next time, this is Iraqi Dinar News, where facts meet your financial future.